What's going on, all my new, current, and future rideshare drivers and passengers out there? Welcome to the channel. Before I get started, if this is your first time here and you find the content helpful, entertaining, otherwise, please make sure you hit that subscribe button and click the little bell icon. That way you get notified when I come out with new videos. If you want to sign up to become an Uber driver and have a bonus guarantee automatically applied, sign up with that link in the description below. If you're an Uber driver and you forgot to do that when you first started driving because you didn't know anybody, you never used anyone's link or code, well, you may still be in luck, so follow those instructions I have in the description below and potentially have a bonus retroactively applied today. Now, today's video, guys, I am talking about this stupid new feature that Uber has now introduced to the Rider app to let passengers discreetly report instances that may not rise to the level of emergency, but still made them feel unsafe during a ride, aka a little easier to get false reports on you. That's really what it all boils down to, guys, because how it even just said it here, in the article I have in the description, if you want to read it for yourself, but it says now in the little safety toolkit, you know what I'm saying, the riders, when they open it up and you see that little blue shield, you click it and then it'll give you options of whatever you want to do. And you just go ahead and click on report safety issue and write whatever you want. And it says the examples that Uber gives is included harsh braking and inappropriate remarks, or a driver who isn't paying attention to the road, or you don't have a dash phone mount or anything like that. You're holding it, you're not paying attention, you're talking on the phone. You know what I'm saying? Your car wasn't clean. Pretty much now they're making it while the people are on a trip with you, they can be all smiling and have a good time. Yeah, I'm going to tip you in the app. You know, you're the best driver I've ever had. All the whole while, they're sitting there writing whatever crap they want to write. Because let's face it, guys, this feature is going to get abused like crazy. Drivers are already getting false reports on them that get them deactivated each and every day. Now they're just making it so you could potentially be deactivated before you even finish that ride. And that is crazy. That's a negative Ghostwriter. That should not be allowed to happen. Now, I'm not going to say there aren't instances where something might need to be reported, but let's face it. If it was really that big of an issue, you would use that little 911 feature and actually try to get emergency assistance, or you would call the cops yourself if it was such a big deal to you. Because if you got from point A to point B and you didn't die, you shouldn't be complaining, okay? Especially not for these cheap rides. But I'm going to read a little bit of this article. And it says, Uber has been trying to strike a balance between improving safety for riders and recognizing that drivers can be victims too. Which I don't really know what they have for us. What do we have? Some kind of, we don't have really a panic button. They got the 911 thing in there, but it's really kind of hard to hit that 911 button while you have your phone over here on the phone mount and you got people in the car. You can't discreetly just go over there and push a button. It doesn't work like that. I mean, you can still do it, but they're going to obviously know what you're doing. Now, it says Uber introduced the in-app panic button in 2018, which, you know, hey, it's good. They should be having that. That let riders contact 911 at the touch of a button. But obviously, not all safety instances require calling the cops, which is true. It says now riders can snitch on their drivers from right in the app. I mean, it literally says it in the article. Uber says the feature is intended to give riders the opportunity to report inappropriate behavior during a trip, when it's on the top of their mind rather than at the end of the trip. The feature is available starting today in the US and Canada. And if you have this feature, please do not abuse it, but let us know how it works, or if you have used it for any stupid reasons at all, let me know in the comments down below, obviously. It says, by eliminating barriers to reporting safety issues, our goal is to encourage more reporting, which will ultimately help make the app safer for everyone, Uber says. Well, Uber also needs to start taking into account that a lot of people make crap up. I mean, they make it up all the time. Drivers will get that fare adjustment, and all of a sudden, they'll lose the money that they just went out and drove. Someone who can get, an hour ride cost them like 70, 80 bucks, and what? All of a sudden get it taken back because they could try to say you took the wrong rider, which wouldn't be happening if they made it mandatory for all passengers to use the PIN system. Now, a lot of places have the PIN system, and if you do, let us know exactly what market you're in. But I know a lot of the people have the PIN system, but Uber's not making it mandatory. Unless the rider puts it on, it's not going to show up on your app. So we're still going to have to deal with this say my name crap and picking up the wrong passenger. Because if they really wanted to make things safer and make things routine, they would make all passengers provide real photos, real names, so that way if something does go south in your car and any incidents happen, hey, these people can actually be tracked and held accountable. As of right now, it just doesn't work like that. Okay, they have people ordering third-party rides all the time. You're sitting there looking in your app, you're looking for Jane, but all of a sudden John's coming out and you're like, and he says Jane, and it's like, yeah, right. So if they really want to make things safer, they need to actually start listening to drivers a little bit more, because we're the ones actually out there doing this instead of some census board or whatever of people that have no clue, probably don't even take Uber and Lyfts, and just like to sit around twiddling their thumbs, making things up, getting paid big bucks to do basically nothing. Now it says, the hope, of course, is that this new feature isn't abused by riders to report their drivers for insignificant slights like not driving fast enough or failing to comport themselves in a way that's expected by the rider. Riders already hold a lot of sway over drivers through the rating system, which is totally true. Drivers are worried all the time about getting rated less than 5 stars, because while someone might think, 4 stars is still good, no, it's not. Okay? It's either 5 or 1, it might as well be, because if you get enough 4 stars and you drop to a 4.0 rating, you're going to get deactivated, which I do find is a little funny considering the Uber Rider Driver app. Both apps themselves are like, 3.5, 3.4. So technically they should be deactivated themselves on those standards that they like to employ. But the rating system is totally bogus. Pretty much, like I said, if you get from point A to point B and you didn't die, you shouldn't be complaining, all right? Now, obviously, if the driver did try something on you or something, yes, report the real things. Don't make things up just to get your money back or to screw the driver because, he didn't pick you up at the curb and you had to walk 5 feet. Like, Jesus, give me a break, okay? Especially for these prices that people are paying, they shouldn't be complaining at all. But like I said, I know things do happen. You know what I'm saying? There are some crappy drivers out there, just like there's some crappy riders. We see it all the time on the news. But people use common sense and don't try to abuse this feature just because you're entitled and you feel like you have this power in your hands, so you have to use it. Okay? Don't be one of those douches to do that. Oh, please don't. It says, riders can be deactivated too, but that happens much less frequently. Which is totally true, because most of the time they will just unpair the rider and driver together. And if by chance the rider is actually deactivated, since they didn't never provide any real names or photos or anything else like that, what can they do? They can just go down to Walmart, buy a gift card, a new email, voila, they are back taking trips. So that doesn't really do anything for us. Does nothing at all. They need to have a different system in here. If they want to implement all this other stuff, to make riders feel safer, which, is true. But the main thing is riders would be totally a whole lot safer if they'd pay attention. Most of the time, they don't even pay attention to the vehicles that they're walking up to, and they're trying to just open the door and jump in before even conversing with the driver. Okay, it happens each and every day. And there's no app out there, there's nothing out there that can fix stupidity, because we all know you just can't fix stupid. You can only smack a bitch it. So it says, back in the day, we had taxis and passengers and no illusions of community. Taxis also had partitions between drivers and riders, and probably for good reason. Oh, really? Of course it was for a good reason, because drunks are crazy and people out there are crazy in general. You don't know who you're picking up at any time, what kind of, issues they may have if they're, on something, intoxicated. The list goes on and on. You don't know anybody's intentions. So, of course, they had safety features. And let's face it, they got paid a lot more. Okay, so for all this that is going in to the apps and how much the drivers make and how much Uber and Lyft is charging everybody, you know what? They just need to change their system. They're spending all that money to do all the other stuff. Well, they need to think about the drivers as well. And our safety is just as important as riders' safety. And let's not, forget, riders will make up stuff. That happens each and every day. So they need to take an account of a rider's account itself if they start making too many false reports. And if there is a report that is found to be false, they need to be held accountable and they need to be fined and deactivated permanently without being able to just use another email and make a new account. So if you guys agree with me that this feature out here it's gonna be bad. It's gonna be abused. I'm sure that I'm gonna be getting tons of emails and we're gonna see tons of things in community posts, in Facebook groups and stuff like that, on Reddit. You're gonna see a bunch of crazy stuff that drivers are getting deactivated over nonsense. I'm sure someone's gonna be like, oh, I didn't like the clothes the driver was wearing. Like, people are so entitled nowadays and they will cry and complain and moan over anything. So please, guys, make sure you have your dash cam. Your dash cam doesn't discriminate. It tells the whole truth and nothing but the truth. And it'll be your best defense out there. But all right, guys, stay safe. Use common sense. Let me know what you think. You think this feature is going to benefit us at all? I sure don't. And until next time, guys, Uber on or don't. Peace out.